Hey there, everyone. It's Annalisa with Inside Real Estate. I am your fairy squad mother of our discussion groups, and I wanted to touch base with you and just show you a couple of tools within kvCORE and K+ as admins, as brokers who might be wanting to create some recruiting calls to action on your domains. So I have open a kvCORE dashboard as well as a K+ dashboard, and I'm going to show you where to locate these tools to put these in place. So you may or may not know, all of you have the ability to add recruiting information to your website. So the first thing we're going to take a look at is where that would be located once you put it in place. Now, if you're on kvCORE or K+, you just need to open up your domain. So on kvCORE, I'm going to click on my email, top right, and click on my domain. If I'm on conversion, I'll go ahead and open up my primary domain as well. So up in my browser here, because I'm logged in as an agent who has admin access, I see my subdomain as an agent up here with annalisa.ts.kvcore key for IRE.com here in the upper left. To get to my primary domain, I'm just going to remove my name and hit enter, and this will open up my primary domain. So this would be like my broker admin view, right? So when I add in recruiting calls to action, it's going to land on this Agents tab, and we're going to manifest this We're Hiring section for you. So until we fill in information within the recruiting sections on the broker admin side on kvCORE or K+, this will not show up as a live tab. Now, the system automatically drops in this information of we currently have a surplus of buyer and seller leads, etc. This little video on how to schedule an interview, and how to set up a confidential meeting. Now, anything we add to the information for We're Hiring is going to land at the bottom here. So this is where any content you add as a admin, as a broker, will land to speak further about the position or positions of which you may have available, what you offer, and showcase your business. Now, if we go back to the kvCORE dashboard to access the recruiting information, you're going to scroll down this left-hand side, and you're going to click on Web and IDX. Once you see your photo, you're going to click on Edit Website Settings just below your photo. Now, the information of which we're looking and seeking to change potentially is within this General section. So you have all these different segments within kvCORE. We're in this General section, and if we scroll down a bit within this, we'll see a section that says Recruit Text. Now I'm going to pop over to the kvCORE dashboard to show you where to locate it here. Or I'm sorry, the K+ dashboard. So on K+ admin, you're going to click on Settings, and that's going to open up this page. So hover over and click on Settings. And then we are going to scroll it on down to number 34. And this is where we put in information for recruiting. So this 34 within Conversion Plus and the Recruit Text within kvCORE are basically the same function that's going to add information to the We're Hiring tab on the front side of your site via this Agents dropdown. Now, just as a recap, I won't be able to respond to any questions or comments until this is over because I can't see what you're stating right now if you have typed in questions, but I will loop back to these at the end here. Now, what we're going to do via the system here is via kvCORE. You'll just drop in any information here, and it says, this is where you add in your custom recruit text section. You can either type in information here, or you can drop in custom HTML if you like. And then always, always, always make sure you save. And that's what saves and manifests that We're Hiring tab on the front side of your site. Same deal with the K+ recruiting text. You drop content in here. And then you have the ability to drop in HTML by clicking this little HTML button here at the top. Or you have bells and whistles of different types of formatting here. And then to save this information within K+, number 34 recruiting text, you will scroll to the very bottom and click Update Settings. Now, the cool thing about this, when you create this opportunity for yourself, if you're going to be recruiting and have it on standby, is if you're ready to recruit, you can either leave this on with the content in here in both sides, or you can just remove it and remove the We're Hiring anytime if you like, or just leave it rolling so you can continually get that pipeline of potential team growth in your system. And then, of course, once you have them in K plus kvCORE, you can put them in your sphere. You can tag them as potential recruits, what have you, to keep track of them, put them on a drip campaign for recruiting and so forth. Now, when it comes to taking the link of which is created for the We're Hiring, if you look up here in the upper left in the browser, you'll see it has my domain of kvCORE-key-for-IRE.com and then a /recruit.php. This, in essence, is your anchored website for recruiting purposes. You can actually highlight and copy this, and you can either use this link within your advertisings or calls to action, or you can further leverage it with a landing page lead gen, which is pretty neat. So if we're on the kvCORE platform and we want to create a landing page, we would go to the lead engine. And then, of course, when you have admin or broker privileges or office privileges, you have many different domains of which you may choose here for your landing page. So always choose with discretion. So myself, as an admin in a kvCORE, I'd be like, okay, well, I wanted to go to the company for recruiting, so I would scroll down and choose my company domain. Or if I had a specific point person of which I wanted to direct these recruiting inquiries, I could say, oh yeah, Jenny's handling all of my recruiting needs right now. I'm just going to send these to her. She'll filter them through. She's, working with those potential recruits. But either way, choose your domain purposefully and thoughtfully. Once you choose your domain, you click Start Building, and your landing page template will come up. Now, via conversion, it's a little different. Via conversion, you do need to enter in your landing page tool via an agent dashboard. So I'm going to go ahead and pop into my own agent dashboard here. And from the the K plus agent dashboard, I'm going to scroll down the left, click on lead gen, and then build landing page, and opens up that same tool. Now, the difference being in K plus, you will want to go in and look at your URL up here at the top and just remove your name and dot for the subdomain if you're going to be redirecting this back to the brokerage as a whole, or if you're an admin or broker who has your own seat and you want it to be directed to your seat and you're creating the landing page there, great, you can just leave it as your subdomain. Now, when you're building the landing page, it's really, really important that you go thoughtfully and really think about what you're putting into place here and how you're going to go about building this. Now, there's a few ways of which you can create these that'll really make it a really easy experience for yourself. So the first thing we want to do is determine our submit button text. So the whole point of this landing page generator is you're saying, hey, lead, if you give me your email and or phone number or recruit and click this orange button, we're going to give you this information. And the catalyst is whenever a contact clicks this orange button, we're immediately bringing that contact into your dashboard. We're going to hashtag it if you include a hashtag for sorting and organizational purposes, or even have that hashtag pick up a smart campaign or drip. You can even have it, activate alerts. You've got all of these different options, but basically what happens is the minute they drop in their email and or cell, click the button, they're in as a lead, they're registered, they're tagged, and where it says URL after login, you're actually sending them purposely to information that you're offering to them. So the first thing we do is determine our submit button text. So what do we want to put on the button? So we could just say why work for me? Whatever you want to put in here. But basically, this is like your little button text. You click outside of the box to cement that text on the orange button. The page will refresh. Now, where do we want to send people once they click the button? That's where this URL after login comes into play. So we know we have the recruit page here, so we can actually grab this link, because we want to send them to our recruiting page. So we'll grab this link. We are going to go back to our landing page. Oops, I went to the wrong one. Sorry about that. We're going to go back to our landing page, and we're going to paste our URL here. So now we're setting it up so when people click the button, we're sending them to our recruit page. When we click outside of this box, that is what cements that link into the page of which we're creating. Now, skip the hashtag for last across the top. So it's important you work from the top left to right, but come back to the hashtag last. Next, you can choose your background. Now, we supply many different types of static backgrounds. We've got a map with some simple icons in the background. We have a kitchen. You know, we have a super thoughtful lady going, I think I should work for them. They're pretty amazing. So, you know, you have all of these different backgrounds of which you can choose, or you can put a custom background in place, which is really easy to do. Now, if you click on the drop down here, you've got custom background or primary MLS image. Now, as an aside, if you ever create a custom landing page for a single property, you can actually click this primary MLS image, drop an MLS number in here, and we're going to drop the primary image of the listing in the background for that ad. Okay, now going back to the recruiting here, if we click custom background, we can actually grab a URL of a background image of which we want to include on the background of our landing page generator. And make sure this is an image that you own or have the rights to own, or it's, you know, not copywritten, you know, and available for reuse. So as an example, I'm going to go ahead and open up Google Images here. There's a recruiting images. Actually, you know what? Let's forget about Unsplash. Unsplash.com is an incredible free photo site. So we're just going to grab that and put in recruiting. See what pops up. Hero photos, 99 collections. All right, so we're just going to do pictures of agents. And you can see there's all sorts of agent pictures that come up or could be associated with real estate. So I might just choose this picture here. And what I can do is use this photo by sharing it and grab this link. Or I can share it, upload it, and so forth. Now, I can also go over to Google and grab my URL of a photo. So just for an example, let's just say this Google image is our background photo. We can actually right-click and open the image on a new tab. And when we do this, we have the link for the image up here, ending in JPEG, GIF, etc. And we can actually copy this, go back to our landing page, and go to background, custom background, and paste it on in there. And again, make sure this is an image, you know, when you're doing a professional advertisement or recruiting, that you have the rights to use or own. The page will update and drop that background right back there. And it does work with GIFs as well, which is pretty cool. Now we can loop back and drop our hashtag in. So we could just call this, you know, recruiting. Now, when we click outside of the box, that is what's going to cement this hashtag in place on this page. So now when that contact clicks the button, they're immediately directed, they're immediately tagged, and they're immediately landing on your dashboard as a recruiting prospect, all in seconds, which is really awesome. Now, once we have this top section filled out, we can work on the body. Now, anywhere you see text here, you can edit any of this. So that includes also this secondary section here. And these little check marks here don't lead anywhere. You don't click them to be directed anywhere. These are bullets of which you can add additional content, of which, you know, may serve to further persuade someone in checking out why they should work for you and partner with you as a agent within your brokerage. So you can actually click into these and add content or change it up. And you can also double click any of these check marks to get rid of them. Now do that with discretion, because once you double click to nix it, it's not coming back until you start a new landing page. So that's why I say landing page should always be done thoughtfully and deliberately. So once you have all of this information in place here for your recruiting, messaging, and you've got your link and everything up here looks good to go, you can then click this Save button. And a little pop-up is going to come up, and it's basically saying, hey, once you save this, you cannot edit this page. When you click OK, the page is going to actually save this to a link of which then you can share to social media. So right now, this is not a saved page. It's not a live page. This link up here is not complete. This is something that's still being created up here. Only when you click Save and OK will the page refresh and give you that finalized link for the landing page. Now, something to keep in mind, we don't save these as you create them. So it's important that if you want to come back to this and not create the wheel every time you create a recruiting page or a listing, or maybe it's a call to action on homeowner information to get potential listings, you can save this content for future use. And a real easy way to do that is to open up a Google Sheet, because this is going to carry with you on your laptop, tablet, desktop, phone, what have you, anywhere you can get into Google. And you can say, just open up a sheet and say, okay, this is the purpose, visit addressing, link. So you could say it's recruiting, maybe it's for North Portland agents, maybe you're addressing this particular area or for recruiting. And then you would just grab your link, copy it, and pop it in. And then you have a running list of all of the landing pages of which you have created at your fingertips, no matter where you are, that's available to you via your mobile devices. So this is a really handy way to keep track of this information and not have to keep, recreating things. So if we go back to the page here, one moment. So this is our finalized link. We can either highlight and copy it and use it on our social media of choice, or we can click this little green share button and share directly into these social medias. So we go to LinkedIn. You can automatically share it in a post. You can click on your Facebook option. And the neat thing about this is you have options of where you want to share it. So you can either say, okay, where do I want to send this? Do I want to put it on my own timeline? Maybe a super nice and understanding friend. Perhaps it's within a group of which I am a part of. Maybe it's a local hiring group for my area. Maybe I'm having a recruiting event at my office. Perhaps I want to share it onto a page of which I manage. So if I choose that, I have my own realty test page, but I'm also part of Inside Real Estate and the two groups of which we have. But I can actually share these directly onto a page of which I manage and post it. Now, once I click post to Facebook, this pop-up here is going to disappear. So don't be alarmed if it just goes away. It's meant to do that. So you blink and it's gone, but don't panic if you look up and you're like, whoa, where'd it go? It's supposed to do that. Now, if I go back to my realty test page on Facebook, I can now see that my recruiting information is on my page. And when a lead clicks on this, it takes them right to my landing page. They put in their information. Click the button, and they are immediately sent to the recruiting page. Pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up here and start looking at the questions you may have typed in below the video as I was speaking here. And if you ever need any help, don't hesitate to talk with support. Bottom right-hand side of your dashboards anytime. This shows up in the bottom right, this little blue bubble. This shows up on kvCORE and K+, or email anytime for kvCORE, kvCORE@insiderealestate.com, for K+, support@insiderealestate.com. I hope you all have a great day.